Ever heard of actors or musicians selling their souls? Well, that is a real thing, and ex-Satanist Zachary King went through that process at 12 years old. He explains in detail what Hollywood keeps in the dark.
So I went up to one of the members that I trusted. It was an adult. And I said, "Hey, I got something to tell you." He was like, "Okay." I said, "You're going to laugh." He goes, "All right." I said, "I heard this was a satanic coven." Crazy, right? And I'm expecting him to burst out laughing and pat me on the back and tell me to go play. And it's not a satanic coven. But instead, he says, "It is." And my heart just dropped into my stomach. And I was like, "Am I a member?" "No." "Would you like to be?"
So this is what I was going to ask you, because you didn't want it to be a satanic coven. You were scared. That's why you didn't want to accept it. And then once you found out, you didn't leave. But that's why the reason you didn't leave is because they were giving you whatever you wanted, right?
I'm thinking about, what am I going to lose? Well, I'm addicted to porn. I'm addicted to masturbation. I'm addicted to watching porn and being in it. You got to be 18 to buy porn. I'm 12 years old. I'm having sex almost every day, at least on the weekends. If I quit, that's going to go away. Now, I'm also smoking cigars, cigarettes, pipes, and you got to be 19 to buy tobacco. I'm still 12. I'm drinking almost every day, at least on the weekends. You got to be 21 to buy booze. I'm still 12. I'm taking illegal drugs practically every day. If I quit, this is where I get my illegal drugs. I'll get them for free. So I'm probably going to have to buy them. But what if they cut off my supply? What if I can't get drugs anymore? And there's prettier girls in this coven than there are in my school. The girls in the school won't give me the time of day, except for the ones that I'm sleeping with. But the regular girls in there, they won't even talk to me. But all the girls in my coven, I'm famous. I'm a movie star. I'm having a great time. So do I want to give up everything that I'm addicted to and go back to the life I had before I joined? Or do I want to side with Satan?
So you thought that Satan was the good guy, which is the deception that most Satanists go for. Obviously, you would talk against it today, and we're definitely going to get into that later in the story. But I want to go back to becoming a member, because you learned that this was a satanic coven, and the man you were asking said, "Do you want to become a member?" What are the steps? Because you did become a member. How does that work? Can you explain it?
I had asked, I said, yes, I did want to become a member. And his face lit up. He was excited that I wanted to be a member of it. He had to think that I would say yes, because everything he knows I'm involved in. This is an adult that I trusted. So, I confided in him. I told him stuff. And he knows that I'm in all these movies. He knows that I'm drinking every day, taking drugs every day, and smoking every day. So he knows if I leave, I'm giving all that up. And they've made sure to give me everything that I asked for and stuff that I don't. They're like, "Here, try a salad bowl." I was like, "What's that?" "Well, it's just one of every pill, and you just take like 2 and see what happens." Sometimes they enhance each other. Sometimes they can't, cancel each other out. Sometimes you might have a scary experience, but there's a good one, and it'll be positive. So he knows everything I'm going through. And I was like, "Sure, what's involved in me joining?" He said, "There's 13 steps to becoming a Satanist, and you've done almost all of them already." All I had left to do, I had to slice my left thumb and bleed onto a document. Now, left thumb, because it's closest to the heart, The document is 5 pages long. You have to bleed onto 3 pages and sign it in your blood. The blood of Jesus washes away all sin, but not mine. And I sign my name to that. Jesus died for everyone, but not me. And I sign my name to that. And on the final page of a 5-page document, I agree to sell my soul to the devil.
So this is what people talk about. We hear stories about people in Hollywood saying they sold their souls and whatever. A lot of people don't believe it. You're saying it's real, you did it, and this is exactly the form. Is it the same for everybody, or was that just for your coven?
That's for my coven.
But you have to renounce Jesus. That's the main thing. Renounce Jesus. And I'll ask you, with what you know now, is it possible to sell your soul to the devil?
No, it's impossible to sell what you don't own.
So it's deception, essentially.
Right.
Satan makes you think that you're selling your soul so he can keep you more bound in whatever he has you in.
Right. In my talks, I usually have somebody sitting next to me, and I'll ask them what kind of car they drive. And then I ask the audience, who out there can legally sell me this person's car? Nobody puts their hands up. I'm like, why not? And because it doesn't belong to us. It's right. That's why you can't sell your soul. It doesn't belong to you. I mean, you may have heard God died for you. Jesus paid the ultimate price for your soul. You don't own it. You can't loan it. You can't lease it. And you certainly can't sell it. But you may have heard that the devil's a liar. I'm here to confirm. If the devil tells you good morning, get a second opinion.
That's a funny quote. But yeah, and that's why you're a Christian today, because you can't actually sell your soul. And
right, what you have done is given your will to the devil.
Okay, so now let's go back into the story that you were telling me from that vantage point of when you were 12. You became a member by signing this because you had already done the other steps. And right. I think they gave you a robe at that time. So robes are something that we see in like Satanism, satanic covens. If you see a movie on TV or whatever, there's robes. There's usually a black and a red robe. What do they mean? And what's the difference between them?
Well, you excluded one. There's a white robe.
Okay.
The white robe is the innocent person. And that's what you wear when you first come into the room. They'll have a big coven meeting where they're welcoming you in. And you come in a white robe, and they baptize you full submersion in a big, it looked like an upside down demon skull. And you get baptized in that, and it's human blood, pig's blood, and human urine. So they pull you up out of that, and you go into another room and you take a shower. And when you're in there, you get changed into a black robe with a red inverted pentagram. And you come out with the cowl raised up, and it signifies you've been baptized into a world of darkness. And they read the document off that you signed the night before. They show your signature, and you also pull off the Band-Aid and show your thumb, so people see that it's your thumb that was sliced. So it is your blood. And then after everything, they give you a wheel. It's about this big around, and it has a crucifix in the middle, and you can spin it. You spin it upside down, signifying human sacrifice. You grab the arms of Jesus and break them downward, denouncing Christ. And then you have an orgy to celebrate that you're now a Satanist. But the reality is you're celebrating that one day you're going to die and go to hell. And they tell you that this document is going to be forever entwined with this wheel in a vault. And your soul is attached to this. And when you die, of course, Satan will come and claim your soul.